Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to Northoak Township. So, I'm recording another episode this week because I apologize for the episode that was released today, I guess. I don't know what happened. I must have hit... I don't really have a mute button per se, but I must have hit it because obviously it got muted halfway in the middle, and I apologize for that, which is the reason why I'm recording a second one this week, so hopefully that'll make up for it. Anyways, I got the Farmall 300 hooked up to the APN Far baler here, and I've done one pass of bales, one windrow, or half a windrow, or I guess I missed part of it already. But as you can see, it's all raked up here and ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and bale up the rest of this right here. And the dew is just coming off the hay right now, so we're going to go ahead and get started on this. Yeah, I don't know what button I pressed last time in order to mute it. I really don't know what it was. Let's turn the baler on here. Actually, you know what we should do? Let's go to the top. Gear up here a little bit. And we'll get to the top here. And then we'll turn it on. It'll make more sense. Yeah, I don't know. Someone left a comment like, yeah, it was great up until you muted it. I'm like, I muted it? I'm like, I don't think I've ever done that before. Well, maybe I have, I don't know, but... rookie mistake is what I would say. Wouldn't be I'm sure it's not the first time, and I'm sure it won't be the last either. So... anyhow. Let's go ahead and turn this baler on once we make this turn. There we go. And let's start baling. So in the last episode we started windrowing this up, and in this episode we're going to bale this up here, and we're going to go from there. Yeah, it was funny. I was looking through my looking through the comments of the last episode, and I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like that's an awful lot of dislikes right at the start of the release. I was like, I must have done something wrong, and then lo and behold, I look back and someone said like, oh, it was great up until you muted it. I'm like, that would definitely be kind of annoying, so it makes sense why I had that. But I was a little confused initially. I was like, oh, okay, I'm like, maybe it was just a really bad episode or something, but no. Muting definitely warrants a dislike, so if ever I do something like that again in the future, you know, by all means, please let me know in the comments, because I don't know how I managed to record the last like 10 minutes without realizing that, but obviously I did somehow. Anyways, so this shouldn't take too long. We are getting quite a few bales. I don't know what the tally is at now. I believe I can count here. Is it going to update? Oh, it does update. Okay, so we've made 18 bales already. So it does keep track of how many bales we have done already so far here. So hopefully we'll see what happens in terms of the number of bales. What's the final number at? I'll be kind of curious to see what it is. But so far people seem to be enjoying the classic style of equipment. A lot of people have said they like it, so I'm very happy about that. Don't drop a bale right there. Good. I'm very happy that people are enjoying this older style play style for the time being. Like the idea that was mentioned initially, we're going to try and kind of work our way through the ages. And there's a few other mods I want to pick up, and I haven't got around to picking them up yet. There's one baler I have like half of it, but not the other half for some reason, so I don't know what the deal is there. So I'll have to pick that up soon enough. I'm still not sure the reason why there's no sound in cab on that tractor. I don't know if it's something to do with the way I have drive control set up or not, but it's entirely possible. Anyways, exciting news. Gamescom, which is going on, I think right now actually, in Europe, which is like the biggest gaming conference they have out there. Anyways, what's going on is they actually have Farming Simulator 17 out there. And there has been some footage, or some gameplay footage released, like actual people playing it, not just giants releasing stuff. I've actually I put a link in the Google Plus community if you're interested, and check that. It's like they consider it a Let's Play, but they're going through some of the different things. Let me give you some of the highlights that I thought was really neat that they included in the base game. So one of the things they included in the base game is you actually have the option of auto starting the tractor. So whenever you just hop into a tractor, so like it does right now in the base game, it automatically just start. And the other option you have is like a drive control start, where you have to like manually start the tractor, which I thought was really neat. So that was the other option they provide, which I think is really cool. So they give you those two options right off the bat. They also include some other stuff, like they have a cleanliness for your animals, so it shows you like how, like whether your animals are, you know, well kept or not. So they have waters in the base game now, it looks like, as well. They have pigs, they have beef, of course, sunflower, soybeans in the base game as well. And one of the things I noticed is that it seems like they're encouraging you to plow everything, it seemed like. I don't know why, but it seemed like they're encouraging you to plow everything as a part of like a soil management type scenario. So I'm not sure what the deal is there, but that's the kind of the feeling I got. It seemed like they were encouraging you to plow everything. So like there's actually a feature where it says like, you know, field's been harvested, field's been plowed, or fields needs to be plowed, and I was like, that's a bit strange. So they have a few more advanced options in the game, which is kind of neat. One of their a couple of other options I saw that was kind of neat was the fact that they actually have like a feature where you can actually, like, it looks like it's a push mod type scenario where you can actually pick things up, which is really neat. That's in the game itself, will look like. So like, for example, right now, let's say this bale up here is in my way. I could pick it up and move it over here if it wasn't heavy enough, if it wasn't too heavy. And that seemed, I'm not going to say it is going to be, but it seemed like it was part of the base game, which is really exciting, actually. Because that kind of thing's missing from the game right now. Like, you can't just, you know, pick something up and move it. You have to, like, you know, get a tractor to move something, or just to move like a small single piece. So it's really neat that they added that into the base game now, at least seemingly. One of the other things they added into the game is you can set up so your hired workers refill your fuel, your slurry, your fertilizer, or they don't. So you can kind of customize it to your liking. So if you want to refill all of those things like manually, you can set it up that way. In the gameplay options, it seemed like to do that, which I thought was kind of neat as well. So they definitely added some really cool features to the base game. So I'm actually kind of getting a little bit excited for the game, because I have actually seen some of the gameplay and it looks promising. Also, I saw that you can, from what it seemed like in this gameplay, you can actually drive the train. Like, you know how on maps you have trains, like that you take the grain to and your logs to? It seems like you could actually drive the train in Farming Simulator 17, and I was like, oh my gosh, you can drive the train? That is awesome! So, pretty excited to see how that dynamic works, and if there are train-focused maps, you can better believe I'm going to play on a train-focused map. I'm sure there will be. Like, there's such a huge audience for people who like trains like me. It'll be pretty cool when, if that becomes like a, kind of like a focus of some maps, and I'm sure it will. So like, there'll be a farming aspect, and then you'll, you know, for example, like take your grain to the train, and then you'll drive the train away. I just started to realize that I probably should have done the headland first instead of driving over it the whole time. I'll just do that now before I forget about it for the umpteenth time. But yeah, I thought that was really neat that they had some train driving capability. So I saw a few things that looked pretty neat, actually. So, and it's I'm cautiously optimistic is what I would say in this scenario. Cautiously optimistic. Why am I doing the inside one first? Jeez. Here we go. So I'm cautiously optimistic for Farming Simulator 17. So I'll definitely be curious to see what the final result becomes in this context. but I am, like I said, cautiously optimistic. So, all right. So there's quite a few little things in there. So if you're curious about what other things were in the game, I can't remember them all off the top of my head. I just watched the video, and I remembered a few things, but I can't remember everything. But I definitely recommend checking it out, because it does have quite a few interesting aspects within the game, or seemingly interesting aspects in the game. So, all right. Look how many bales we're going to end up with here. Pretty sure it's going to be a pretty large number. Yeah, again, I don't know why I started doing the in the middle windrows before doing the headland. I don't know what happened there. I got so excited talking about trains and Farming Simulator 17, I guess, that I just lost track of what I should have been doing. But it definitely looks exciting as to what's happening with that. Also, if you're curious, Brad M73 has been releasing some fact sheets that he's been forwarded, which has been pretty interesting, actually, because it talks about some of the things that are going to be in Farm Sim 17, and one of the things they pointed out in the last fact sheet that he got was they got information about Massey Ferguson and one of the combines that is in that was in the fact sheet. So if I remember to, I'll put a link in the top right-hand corner for you to check out that fact sheet by Brad M73. And it's pretty neat. He's also been a part of a couple other discussions with Giants, and that's in relation to some of the gameplay and modding. And it seems like they're really trying to make an effort this time around with modders, because they've actually included them in some of the modding discussions they've had already, which is very good, because that was something that they were missing from some of the previous games, because it was like more like an afterthought as opposed to a thought ahead of time. Like, for example, if you can compare SES to Giants, SES like always intends their game to be like heavily modded, and they kind of keep that in mind to a certain extent as well. There we go. Let's go to the inner windrow now, finally. So I'm very excited to see what the possibility is and what they're going to come up with in the future with the game. So it will definitely be curious, to say the very least. Alright. I would drive this in cab more often, but the fact that it doesn't have sound in cab really, really throws me off. So I think that's the reason why I tend to drive it outside. And it sounds nice too, so. And it's easy to follow the windrows in this context as well, so that makes it my life a lot easier. And because I do have the add grass to the balers function, that's the reason why I'm able to bale some of that grass that hasn't been tedded yet as well. In case you're wondering. But now I have to, it's like playing it's like playing dodgeball almost right now. Trying to make sure I don't hit all of the bales. There's just so many of them, it's crazy. I don't think this has an attachment on it, does it? I was just trying to remember if this had an attachment on the back where you could just, where it could go straight into a trailer, but I don't think it does. There we go. But yeah, some really interesting things coming up in the future for Farm Sim, so I'm really excited about that. It seems like they're getting a bit more simulator-esque. Also, the other thing before I forget to mention, is one of the things I saw was they had, like, you know how you have like a bale trailer, for example? Well, one of the things they included was you actually have to like manually put the straps on and stuff, like by hand. So like, for example, let's say for this baler, like in order to set the pickup reel, often, I don't know if this one has it, but no, does it? No. So let's say for the pickup reel, I'd have to come out here and hit like a little winch to put the pickup reel down. Like that's kind of like what they're like in real life. So they have stuff like that, it seems like, in Farm Sim 17 too, which is nice. Alright, let's get back to the windrows. But I thought that was pretty neat, because they are trying to change it up a little bit, add a bit more simulator simulator side of things, which is kind of neat, because that's kind of like, right now this game is kind of like on the arcade side a little bit, so they're trying to incorporate more of that simulator side end of the spectrum. So some people like to play super realistically, for example, or super fake, whatever. They're trying to accommodate both ends of the spectrum. The only thing I'm concerned about is, by doing something like that, are they going to kind of alienate one audience or the other audience, or both audiences? Because that's entirely possible. Where's the actual go? Because by trying to please everybody, you please nobody. That's the kind of idea behind it. And that's why I never claimed, like for me, for example, I never claimed to play the game realistically. I play it, you know, with realism in mind, but if I'm not having fun playing super realistically, I don't play that way. If you want to watch someone who plays super realistically, go ahead. It's not me. I play with it in mind, but I have fun. If there's a point where I stop having fun, I'm not going to record playing myself. Playing that way. That's just the way I am, so. Take it or leave it. That's the way I would say it. Ooh, I'm going to hit that bale. Alright. Got a couple more windrows to go, and then we're good. So, it's funny, we bought that bale storage area, and now we probably don't need it. Not in the same way we did before, at least. Because before, we used it for the round bales, but we switched the round bale out for the small squares for the time being. I don't know what the first baler was. Maybe it was small squares. I want to say it was, like smaller squares than this, maybe? Because they used to have super, super small squares. They used to make into like triangles in the field to shed the rain off of them. And I think that was the first style of baler that was out there, but I'm not certain. I know in Orangeville, I think it's around Orangeville, I know Build Team Max has been to it with Landy Kid, but they have like a steam show out there, and they have like a whole bunch of steam tractors and whatnot, which is really neat to check out. Because they do have, you know, all sorts of different styles of tractors. Ones you don't see very often, so it's kind of neat. This a little bit. See, the problem with this now is the pickup is a little bit smaller than the windrows I have right now. And that's creating just a teensy-weensy bit of a problem. Not a big one, just a bit of one. Alright. Now if you try and remember to put a pole in the top right-hand corner, guess how many bales we made. So I'll put a pole in the top right-hand corner. Is there a way to get rid of the extra bales on here? Oh, there is. Unload baler. There it is. Sweet. So take a guess how many bales we made. There'll be a pole in the top right-hand corner. And you'll find out momentarily. So, there you go. Baled that field up. It's nice. A couple people made some interesting points here on this map. One of the interesting points was the fact that on some of the older style farms, you didn't have a shed for all your vehicles, right? So like if you're running this, like, let's say, quote-unquote historic equipment, chances are you're not going to have like a $30,000 shed or like, you know, $50,000 shed just for that, right? So, and it was a good point, because that's true. You would probably only put the most expensive pieces of equipment in the shed, and everything else would stay outside, basically. So in reality, I probably should put the combine in the shed. So what I'm going to do is going to park this here, beside the baler, or beside the combine. There we go. And then we'll go grab the bale wagon and go from there. I think we'll pick up. I think I have some bales in the wagon already. Gear shift down. Oh, it's O? Huh. Why is it Z and O? That's such a random. Wow. Why would it be Z? I guess they really want you to make sure you don't hit the same. Don't have the buttons close to each other. Wow. I didn't realize. I guess if I had the information up, I would have known what the gear shift down button was. That's hilarious. All this time, it's been like right there in my face. I just never really... Well, that's what I get for not keeping the information up, I guess. Whoa, 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 whoa. This guy's moving for no apparent reason now. This guy, I do find this tractor slides a little bit. A little bit more than I would like, actually. There we go. Let's grab the farm all here. I do like the way this thing sounds. It's one of the better sounding old school tractors. I think that and the John Deere are both really nice sounding. There we go. Make the turn here. And if we turn this on, is it already on? Do you have to turn it on? Nope. I guess just by having that up, I guess it's gonna turn it on. Like I said, I already have a few bales in here. I have 25 bales in here. And I think this carries 50 bales maximum. So that looks like a straw bale. Right, there's 2 bales right there. There we go. Good. I feel like the field of view is too, like it should be like down here a bit more. But I don't know. It's hard to tell. Is it going to pick up the other one over there? No. There we go. I don't think I've ever seen a bale wagon like this in real life. Functioning. Not like this, at least. I've seen other styles where you're like, you throw the bale into the wagon, but not where it picks it up from the ground. Like, I think in this way what would probably happen is you would probably end up tearing some bales apart more than anything else, I think. There's a bale there, apparently, that we're driving over. Let's see if we can't pick it up. There we go. Good. Alright, let's get back on track here. Get that bale. Good. Let's put the cruise at 5. In reality, I don't think you'd be going very fast doing this. Just because you'd have to line it up. Maybe a bit faster than that. Like, I think the actual trigger point for this... does it actually show? Can we actually see how big it is? No, it doesn't show how big it is. Alright. Just thought I'd double check here. Let's go for 7 kilometers an hour. Good. I feel like I should have some old country twang music going on right now, too. As you can see, with our older equipment, I'm not very efficient, apparently. Oh, now we're full. Now, is there a transport position as well? Oh, there is, okay. Okay. We got 51 bales, apparently. So the nice thing about this is the fact that, let's gear down here. No, it's not what I wanted to do at all. X. There we go. I was like, no, unload it right there, no. Alright, gear up. Now, you probably wouldn't be going very fast with this. In reality, they would probably just shift down. They wouldn't just stick all there in the end part there. But I've never seen one of these particular, this style of bale wagon work, so maybe it would just stay there, but I probably would. Wouldn't shift too much, I imagine. But it's entirely possible, I guess. Where's the PTO? There's no PTO hookup? There should be. Maybe because it's not in working position? Maybe. So the first load, I think what we'll do is we'll just sell the first load, because we don't actually need, or do we need this? I can't remember now. We have straw already. So we have straw. So what we'll do is we will I think we'll keep these. So we'll put these in our shed, and then we'll see what we have left. Because we need, let's say, small squares. I actually kind of know how many small squares you need. Now let's think here. How many cows do we have? Do we have any cows at the moment? I think we have 10 cows. Okay. 10 cows and small squares. Maybe, probably not even 500 small squares for 10 cows. Like for like the winter is what I'm thinking of more than anything else. So anyhow, so let's put this in our storage. And do they have a bale sell point? So we do have that round bale trailer. That's by Craft Farms. I guess in reality we could sell that because we're not using it at the moment. Get it off our lawn is what's coming to mind for some reason. So we'll just sell that. There we go. And so the cows are back in there. And here's our storage area. So this is our 4020, which was made in the late 60s, early 70s. This is our most powerful tractor. So when we start, I'm just going to keep this tractor around just because it was made in the late 60s. Or in the 60s. But we probably won't use it that much, to be honest with you. Because we're going to stick to these more classic ones. This one's was made in the 50s, if memory serves. So. Alright, make the turn here. It's funny, a lot of people in real life are actually moving away from small squares because they're just not as efficient as rounds or large squares, actually. So, it's kind of interesting. Okay, unload there. Keep an eye on them. They just kind of fly out from reserves. Looks terrible. So now we have some of these, which is good. Let's just continue driving. There you go. And what's the button to close it? Stop unloading? I guess that's that. Sweet. Let's grab, let's say, what do we got? Almost 30 minutes. We'll grab one more, I think, load's worth, and then I think that'll be it for this episode. And we'll put it into, let's see, working position. Oh, the PTO doesn't attach there. Weird. Because it looks like it attaches right there, but there's no connection for some reason. Alright, let's grab some more of these here. I thought there was one bale in there, but I guess there isn't. I don't know how far we actually got. There we go. Like in reality, what people used to do a lot of the time is they used to have a baler, and the baler would just go straight into a wagon, and then there'd be people in the wagon stacking bales. I've never done that before. It's kind of, I guess, yeah, it's kind of unsafe. We're gonna get that one? No, we're gonna miss that one. Okay. Luckily, we're only going 7 kilometers an hour. So we'll get this outer windrow first, and then we'll go from there. Should run over with a tire, and that's probably close enough. Good. Excellent. I don't know what would happen if the bale was actually turned on the side like that. For this particular system, I don't think it would actually pick it up. If I had to guess, honestly. I don't think it would actually work very well. Run over this bump here. It's not obvious that we're going over a bump there, is it? There we go. Yeah, I wish you could change the field of view. I think there actually is a mod that does change the field of view. It's only with some tractors that I really notice it, though. Sometimes with some tractors it's not a problem at all. Other ones, I feel like it's missing. Ah yes, so the answer to the dying question is how many bales did we make in the end? And the answer is 186 this episode. 186. There you go. So if you were playing along and voted in the poll, the answer to your question is 186. So one of the nice things about soil mod here is, of course, that we can, we need to fertilize this grass as well if we want it to be successful in terms of growing more hay for our cows. Mind you, we only have 10 cows, so it's not like we have like a dying need for a lot of hay right now, so. There we go. Let's grab that one. This is good. And I guess this is around the edge where it got a bit sparse, if I had to guess. Let's grab this one over here. Good. And then these ones, because it looks like we already got some of the ones up there. I don't see any other ones around here, so let's grab this one. There's almost something calming about this. The sound of it and like doing it, because it's not like a fast activity, I guess. It's like a slower activity. I don't know. Maybe it's me just going nuts or something. I don't know. All right, let's grab that. I think we're safe to go down a windrow now at a blistering speed of 8 kilometers an hour. I don't know, they're just so close together, I don't think you'd want to go too much faster than that. There we go. We're at 30 bales. This is going to fill up awfully quickly, I think, now. There we go. We're missing some other ones on the outside there. We'll finish this windrow off, I think. So at least we don't have like a whole bunch of half windrows done. Even though it still kind of happened, but it's okay. These things happen. Alright. Can we get all of these random bales here? Let's see here. Oh, we got that one too, good. There we go. Apparently the cicadas are having a field day outside today. Alright. Make this turn here. And straighten out there. Perfect. Good. 6 more bales to go and then we're full. Four more to go. There'll be like a couple missing here. Watch this. Oh, we'll be a couple, like 3 short of finishing this pass, apparently. There we go. We are full now. Transporting position. There we go. And I think what we'll do is we'll take this up to the main farm here. So we got 100, we got 100 bales now. So we got this 50 and then 50 that's already in there. So that might be enough for now. We'll see. Might be enough. I'm not sure though. So the thing we have to be careful about is we actually have the bale extension in here. And with the bale extension mod, what actually happens is, if you leave your bales out to the elements, they will actually degrade over time. Alright, so let's push this back in here. In reality, you would stack these bales. I'm just going to back up here a little bit. There we go. Let's hop around the other side here. Looks so bad. Good. Excellent. Alright folks, that'll be it for me for today. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Northoak Township. I know I did. I should say. And if you did, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Northoak Township. What I'm trying to do is try and do an episode every Wednesday. This was a special situation because I mucked up the last episode. So anyways, my name's Iain Robson again, and I'll catch you guys later.